So here's a 1 month review on the 2022 KLR 650 Gen 3. I wanted to get some second impressions after putting some time on the bike. Overall impression so far, it's a very good bike for the money. It does everything well off-road as well as on-road. And it's really in a class of its own. For the price you pay on this bike and the things that it can do, it really stands out by itself. The three things that really drew me to the bike were, number one, reliability. This is a bike that people ride to South America. They ride it around the world. They'll ride it for months and months, and the thing just keeps on kicking. That's why they call it the cockroach. So the number two thing is, this is a bike that I can drop, I can scratch, I can ding it up, and it's not anything that I'm going to be super upset over. The third thing is the price point. For this thing fully decked out the way I want is what I would be spending on a Tenere or an Africa Twin that's just stock, assuming I could even find one. Right now, the availability is not great on those bikes. The KLR is a lot easier to find. So that being said, let's go take a ride. I'll show you some of the things I've done to the bike since a previous video and give some more impressions of it. Alright, so here's some second impressions on the bike. So first thing, I put a thermal bob on this morning, and just riding over here a few minutes from the house, it was stabilized about 165 was what I was running for temperature. Running 180 at the moment, just at the slower speeds. So we'll see how that holds up. I also put a new skid plate on it. I'll stop here after I get to the top of this hill and kind of we'll take a look at those. But impressions with the bike. So shifting, it shifts. I mean, it's fine. The handling is pretty good overall. It does well on the street. It does well on the dirt roads. It does decent on this stuff. Pretty good overall, all-around bike. Gearing, I like the stock gearing just because it's kind of spread out at a point like where I can comfortably ride on the street and dirt roads. Once I get on this stuff, that's where the trade-off happens. You can tell the skid plate's getting some work with the rocks already. It doesn't do, like, it's not geared that well for a lot of this stuff. But again, if you would gear it for this stuff, then it would suck on the street. So take your pick. Power-wise, it is nice and torquey. I mean, it's not a fast bike by any means, but it does good. It's fine for me. I passed a few cars at highway speeds, no issues with it. It's still faster than, like, I'd say, a normal car or a truck, but it's not a high performance engine like some of the other bikes. So would I buy a KLR again? Absolutely. I haven't really got to ride the Yamaha or the Honda to compare it. I'm sure those bikes are superior in almost every way, but the problem is the checkbook. So, it's like you can get this bike way cheaper. You go buy one of those other ones, and that's where you gotta go tell your wife that, sorry, you're not going to Hawaii this year because you want to buy a new expensive motorcycle. So pick and choose your battles with that. It's so rocky all the time out here. So I've only been back in here a couple times. Never with this bike. And there's one hill up here. I kind of want to try it on this bike. I can see some people tried to go up on their dirt bike and quads and couldn't make it up. So maybe we'll give it a shot on this thing. But overall, I mean, it handles good. Once you start setting it up for your needs, it works really well. I think stock out of the shop, it comes, pretty good trade-offs with everything for the people they're trying to sell it to. But looks at this bike, there's so many parts for it, and you can customize it in so many ways, and that, I think that really appeals to a lot of people. Stock tires,
they're okay. I mean, they got to save money somewhere. Not great on this stuff. They're definitely favoring the street more than this. Well, somebody's been through here with a grader or something. So, you know, fuel mileage, you know, it's less than impressive so far, but it's better than other options. I got a lot more time I need to put on the bike till I can really figure out, you know, where I can go with it. But, you know, I'm only 664 miles on the bike right now. So, looking back at our temperature, we're running 197, 196 right now, which is pretty good. I mean, we're pretty slow going up that hill, not sucking a whole lot of air into the radiator. It's probably 50 degrees today. Wearing my new riding pants. I don't know, whatever these dual sport pants are, along with my boots. I know I keep on calling it dual sport. It's a bit of a debate. I mean, this is more of an adventure bike, I think. I've seen it called both. So, yeah, it's fun. It's definitely a bike that you can take, like I said, ride across country. It's not the most comfortable bike to do that, but it's pretty comfortable. We're getting close to that hill up here. Yeah, this is a hill up here. Ooh, we want second gear if we can. Working the clutch. See if we make it. Like I said, I saw some people trying to make it up here on dirt bikes and couldn't do it. But the KLR did. We'll get up to the top here. Let's check it out. See if our oil leak's gone. Okay. 197, temperature's staying pretty stable. Alright, let's shut the bike off for a sec. So, let's see here. No issues with the oil leaking again. So when I got back to the house the other day, I just cleaned that off and looks like it's running good. Oil, I haven't lost any at all. You can see the new thermal bob on there along with the skid plate, so I put those on. But yeah, the oil issue, I thought it was just me. I saw 2 other videos yesterday, people having the same exact issues. So just whenever you change your air filter or your oil filter out, just be really careful with it and make sure you get a good seat. So yeah, we'll ride up here a little bit. But yeah, if anybody has any questions on the bike, let me know. One thing on the videos that I'm making, you know, a lot of videos I see online, people are selling items or a lot of how-to, or they'll put something on, but they don't really, there's not a whole lot of stuff showing like their impressions on it or their testing of it. That's why I'm not really doing a bunch of videos of how to put something on the bike, because there's so many out there. Like I said, I watch YouTube forever, you know, for everything, but especially on this bike. And I didn't see a lot of videos with people that kind of give their impressions of, you know, things they're putting on the bike or kind of how it's doing. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to make some YouTube videos, so they can answer a bunch of questions for people that, you know, are thinking about buying the bike. So would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. But it goes to what are you trying to accomplish with it, you know? If you want to cruise a lot on the highway or freeway, this bike will do it, and it's fine, it's comfortable, but once you try to go fast, it's not the best in the world. It vibrates. The faster you go, the more vibration you get. And the vibration, I don't think is that bad. It doesn't really bother me, but it is an issue for a lot of people. So, yeah, take your pick, but it comes down to how much you're willing to spend. It's a quick update on the thermo bob. Actually, hold on. Let's have some fun around this corner. Do a little bit of flat tracking. Anyway, thermo bob. I saw a little over 200 degrees climbing up those hills with higher RPM and lower speed. After coming off the hills, I'm sitting at 170 right now, so it's coming down pretty quick and stabilizing. So it kind of gives you an idea of what sort of temperatures this thing likes to run at. The skid plate, being metal, I hit a lot of rocks on it already, and it is loud when you hit the rocks compared to the stock one that's plastic. But yeah, and I looked at the oil leak again that I had before. It looks like it's gone, so yeah, I probably just came down to how that thing seats. Both times I did it, I torqued it properly, so let's keep an eye on it. But anyway, there's the blinker off there. We'll see you in the next video.